What's the deal, Big Boss? K-Po Talk Boxing. How y'all doing, man? Terence Crawford is politicking. Let's talk about it. He's using boxing politics against Jaron Enis. Okay? Now look, we gotta call a spade a spade. Jaron Enis is the mandatory for his IBF belt. Of course, Terence Crawford is sitting there saying that fight don't make sense. But he's the mandatory for your belt. Now, I want to point out something. Terence Crawford, when he was on Top Rank, fought all his mandatories. All of them. A lot of those defenses that he had on Top Rank were mandatories. Right? When he was on Top Rank, he fought all his mandatories. David Enis, mandatory. So now when it comes down to boots, that fight don't make sense to me. Huh? I think it makes perfect sense. You're a so-called switch hitter. I think you're not a switch hitter. I think you just change stances when something isn't working for you. Boots is a true switch hitter. Boots throwing combinations, start southpaw, finish orthodox. Mid combination. I've seen it in damn near like 5, 6, 7 fights. I done watched the boots. He done did that. He'll start off southpaw, finish orthodox. Mid combination, like in the middle of the combination. You know what I mean? But you got that. You got Boots, who's slick, who can get on his toes. You got Crawford, you know what I mean? Who's skillful as well. Who wouldn't want to see that fight? How that fight don't make sense? If you ask me, that's a gold mine. That's a fight that a lot of people will see. You know what I mean? And if you feel like he easy work, then just beat him and get him out the way. So you can prove, hey, I told y'all he was easy. He's a mandatory. I get it if he wasn't a mandatory for none of your belts, you know, then I be like, you know? But even then, I'm like, I can see, I'm going to say this, I can see how you could look at that fight and be like, but he's a mandatory for your belt. So what are you going to do? Because you got to fight that man if you want to keep them belts. You're going to have to drop him. You know what I mean? You holding up the division. My buddy sit there and say, oh, y'all just want somebody to come beat Crawford. No, that's not the case. Crawford is the number one guy in the division. Last time I checked, right? He beat the number one guy. He beat Errol Spence. So if you're the number one guy, you fight top fights. All that bullshit about, now I'm getting hyped. All that bullshit about, oh, he can fight who he want. I ain't trying to hear that shit. When you the dawn of a division, you fight other dawns. You fight the best fights. That's what it is. Boots, he got a belt? No. But he a mandatory. He making noise. Everybody he get in there with, he beat the brakes off of them. That's just what it is. You saw what he just did to Roman Villa. Now y'all may say, oh, Terence Crawford ain't Roman Villa. I'm not sitting here saying Boots beats Terence Crawford. I'm not saying Terence Crawford beat Boots. I'm saying Terence Crawford needs to fight Jaron Enis. That's what it is. You holding up this man's career. The very thing you claim people was doing to you. You ever thought about that? Terence Crawford felt like PBC, you know, held him back, you know, and blackballed him. What are you doing to Jaron Enis? You're blackballing him. The only way we gonna know if he really like that for real, which I think he is, but is if you fight him. But you coming up with all these excuses about, oh man, it don't make sense. You know, that fight don't make sense, you know, for me, you know, and my team. Nah, bro, that fight make good sense. He your mandatory, you know what I mean? He's skillful. That fight would sell. That fight would do pretty damn good. Truthfully, keep it a stack. But you politicking. I'm not gonna say he running for some smoke yet. But it's looking like it. It's damn looking like he running for some smoke with Jaron Enis. You know what I mean? I get it. You want the top fights. And I'm going to drop a video about what Shakur said about Jaron Enis. Because Shakur doesn't want Terence Crawford to fight Jaron Enis. Shakur, you know, is almost like he low-key saying like, that's a dangerous fight, you know, but because he said it like this. He said, Bud is older, you know. He needs to, you know, get 1 or 2 more fights in, cash out, and retire. So what is that implying, guys? That's all I got to say. What is that implying? So I'm not trying to hear nothing about no, y'all just trying to find, somebody to beat Terence Crawford. When you the best, you fight the best. Errol Spence fought the best fighters. Coming off accidents, all type of stuff, long layoffs, he fought the best fighters. He came off a layoff, fought Terence Crawford. Didn't go in his favor. But he had 2 or 3 fights where he came off long layoffs and he fought and he won. You see what I'm saying? That's what it is. When you the best, you fight the best. You look at Devin Haney. He moving up to 140. He ain't fighting no light touch. He going straight for Regis Prograde. That's what it is. That's what you do. When you the best, you fight the best fighters. Ain't no excuses. It's like the Bud Buddies. Y'all want to make excuses and, come up. Man, we ain't got time for that shit. You know what I mean? That's why I tell y'all, when y'all come over here, man, come correct. Because you're going to get your ass checked 1,000% of the time. All that emotional shit, you throw it in the trash. That's what it is. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Boss gone.